Hey everyone, this is Jane with Barlow Herbal, and I have been thinking a ton about prevention. And I've been talking to my friends and family members, and as we're all starting to get a little bit older, people are starting to have problems, people that are close to me. And there's a lot of discussion about what do we need to do to prevent these things like cancer, heart disease, diabetes, stroke, so many things that come at us as humans. And while there is a small factor of things we can't control, um, most of the time, it depends on what we do, our lifestyle factors. And I find that people are overwhelmed and they're like, it's so complicated. And what do I believe? And everybody has different opinions about how to eat. Keto is big, pescatarian, veganism, vegetarian, sugar free, gluten free. There is so much complication out there. I completely agree with that. But it's not about being perfect. It's about adding some lifestyle things in that are simple and easy to do, and then just be patient with yourself and live your life with joy, because it's this is part of what keeps us healthy, is when we live in bliss. So I made these two lists that are huge, but they're easy things. So the first one is stress relief. And every list that I looked at and have been researching includes some form of these things: acupuncture, aromatherapy, music therapy, massage, tai chi, yoga, exercise, some type of relaxation techniques, hypnosis. These things help to bring our stress levels down, which helps to lets our body do its job when it's trying to take care of us. And it lets your body know that you're not always running from a tiger. You're literally in a modern human body, living in a modern stressful environment, and you need to consciously do something that's going to bring your stress levels down. Now, my easiest tip for this, that's probably not going to cost you anything, is music therapy. You probably have an iPod or your iPhone or your smartphone, and you've got a list of music that you love. And you can actually download tons of free music. So I would take the time to create a stress release playlist. It doesn't have to be something that's going to put you to sleep. It could be something that brings you joy. It might make you feel like you want to dance, which can make you feel happy and relieve stress. So put together a playlist of music that literally can make you feel good in your human body. It might make you want to get up and dance, which is awesome. So that one is an easy tip to help bring your stress levels down. Now, the second list is food. And this is where, like I said, it gets super complicated. Now, there's a list I have here of 14 foods that these things were on almost every single list I found of foods to add into your diet that can flood your body with nutrients, enzymes, vitamins, and minerals. These are the things that we need as building blocks to help our body function and stay well. So you get that stress piece dialed in and keep working on that, because it's a constant thing to work on, and then dial in some of these food things. So let me just read you this quick little list of food. We have broccoli, carrots, beans, berries, nuts, olive oil, citrus fruits, flaxseed, tomatoes, garlic, grapes, fatty fish, and then we've got part of this list is three herbs. We've got cinnamon, we've got cayenne pepper, and we have turmeric. So almost every single list I found had some form of these foods on it. And what you want to do is just start getting creative, just start adding stuff in. Now, as far as the spices go, to me, this is the easiest, and I'm going to tell you a really super cheap way to start adding this to your daily diet. So when I was about 38 or 39, so about 20 years ago, I added these things into my diet. I added turmeric, I added cayenne pepper, I added cinnamon, and I also at the same time added spirulina and chlorella. But if you were just to take turmeric, cinnamon, and cayenne pepper, what I would suggest you do, this is exactly what I did, and I did this for about 10 years before I actually had it in a supplement that I could just take. I would get a pound of cinnamon. Organic cinnamon. I would get a pound of organic cayenne pepper. And the heat unit I would get typically was 40,000 heat units. And you can see there's different types of heat units to cayenne pepper. And then I would also get a pound of turmeric. And then what I would do is I would get a bag of veggie caps, and I would sit in one evening And sometimes I would spread it out if I had a lot to make or I didn't have a whole lot of time in that one evening. I would watch a movie with my husband and I would sit with a bowl of powdered spice, whether it was cayenne, turmeric, or cinnamon, and then I would have a bowl of veggie caps. And I would by hand take apart the veggie cap and I would make a bowl of supplements. And you know, this is like such a cheap, easy way. So if you think that you really want to add these to your diet, but maybe you're already taking a lot of supplements, maybe the whole thing is overwhelming and you don't want to, you know, I would say these three things, these three supplements are huge and it's super, super cheap. So below this video and in the email that's accompanying this video, there is the place where I get my raw materials, my raw herbs and spices that are organic, a good clean source. And also for the veggie caps. I would try to get veggie caps rather than gel caps. The gelatin, you can get gelatin too, but I feel like it's a little bit cleaner source and better for your body to do the veggie caps. And the ones that we actually use in our capsule products is an organic tapioca veggie cap. Really, really good. Your body absorbs it. Your body knows what to do with it because it recognizes it as natural food. So those two things are super, super simple. And you can start adding other things in as you get those dialed in. Now, I did want to bring up one thing because if you think about the list of food that I talked about, the only animal-based list product on this or item on this was fatty fish. So this should tell you something really big. There's no dairy, there's no beef, there's no chicken, and I'm not saying that it's bad. And if that is a part of your diet and you have a good clean source of grass-fed beef, or you grow your own chickens, you raise your own chickens, all I'm saying is on this list, and this was a common thread in almost every list I looked at, there was only one animal-based product, and that was fatty fish. So this should tell you that for longevity and health and prevention, some of these things that we have in our diet, if you're a big keto person and it's working for you, like I said, this is not about anything about this is right and this is wrong. This is about what works for you, but also what has been proven to work for human health and longevity and prevention. So that right there might cause a tiny bit of maybe controversy or you have some super strong opinions about that. And I do know that everybody is different. You know, I'm different than you're different than your neighbor, and the things that work for us are all different. But we're talking about the whole scope of human population. You might be in an outlier position where there's something you can't eat. Maybe you're allergic to turmeric. Okay, so me talking about doing turmeric is not for you. So this is not saying this is simply something for prevention. Everybody has to do turmeric. So that's just a little bit of a tip on what I find for the majority of the population is a really good way to think about health, longevity, prevention without the whole overwhelm and complication that comes along with it. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to be putting all this information below this email and below this video. So let me know if you have, like I said, any questions. I hope you have an amazing day. If you got to the end of this video, kudos. We will talk to you soon and stay preventing.